So still on parenting teenagers, and today we want to look at some of the reasons why your teenager may be choosing their friends over you, why they might be opting to disappoint you more than disappoint their friends, why they might be choosing to cancel their plans more with you than with their friend. And this goes back to the developmental milestone that your teenager is supposed to achieve during this transition phase, and that is social relationships. They're beginning to have more identities outside what they had before. So the most important identity that they had growing up was just being your child, yeah, and you were the most important relationship or social relationship that they had. But now that they're getting into this transition of pre-adulthood, they're beginning to realize that there's more to just being your son or your daughter. And you'll realize that when they're beginning to create new friendships in schools or in the neighborhood, they start to invest more time, more energy, make more sacrifices in creating that relationship. Say, for instance, you've made plans with your teenager of, going out for dinner just with your teenager. You want to reconnect. You want to just, have some time with your teenager where you can catch up on what's going on in their life. And that could be coming from a really good place. But then your teenager, just when you're supposed to go out, says they can't because, Sammy or Linda or Amina decided that they want to meet them at that particular moment. You see, if they're trying to make a new social relationship, then they have to put in the work to build it. And if they're not available to put in that work, then they might lose that relationship, which to them is very important. So if you try to look at it from your teenager's point of view, you'll realize that they're really just trying to navigate through this phase. It's not that they're taking you for granted. It's not that they don't respect you anymore. It's not that they're not, being considerate or sensitive to your feelings and emotions. They are, but it's just that if they disappoint the friend, it's more likely that that friendship would not have any chance of continuing. It's in the initial stages, so they really need to invest some time, some energy in it, some effort to be able to nurture it to be something. But with you already have an established relationship. So if they disappoint you, they can easily come back to you. Well, not maybe easily, but they have the opportunity of coming back to you to apologize, to mend the relationship, to patch things up. But with a new relationship outside where the social relationships is now a very important milestone that they need to achieve, then more effort is going to go there because they still don't have many opportunities to sort of start making mistakes and apologize for. And as a parent, if you say it this way, then you become understanding to your teenager and you allow them to sort of have some autonomy in navigating through these social relationships that they're trying to build. But some parents do take this heavily as my teenager doesn't love me anymore, my teenager doesn't prioritize me. Your teenager has been prioritizing all her life until now. And it's not that they're not prioritizing, it's just that the developmental stage requires of them to start forming relationships outside of the house. Yeah, and give your teenager some freedom. Yeah, let them do things their own way, as long as they're within the bounds of, not causing any harm to themselves or to the family. I think as a parent, just sit back a bit and allow your teenager to take control of those social relationships that they're trying to build. Instead of becoming resentful, because you see parents, becoming a bit too attached to their teenager or having this impending sense of they might be losing their teenager because, again, this is pre-adult, so they're going to become adults and then they're not going to be around. So if this is about you as a parent, your need to be with your teenager, I think it's very important to assess where that need is coming from. Because if you want them to grow, then you want to allow or facilitate the environment that allows them to grow instead of one that restricts them, instead of one that keeps them around with you with really no benefit at all in that particular phase of transition for them. So let your teenager form these social relationships. Some of them are not going to turn out well. Some of them are going to turn out well. Some of them are not going to last. Others are going to last. You really don't know. So, and they need to be able to navigate through that during this phase. They need to be able to learn what would make a relationship not work. Some of the lessons that they can pick. You need to let them know what makes a relationship work. How to apologize when they make a mistake. How to be reliable. How to be dependable. How to be trustworthy. You know, how to increase social connection, how to increase their network, you know, when they're going out with their friends. So be a parent that promotes the development of their social ability that they're trying to form in this very critical transition of their life as they go into adulthood.